Ever try to help someone and it totally backfires? Welcome to our explainer on the hidden traps of empathy. So, why is it that when a friend vents, our very first instinct is to just fix the problem? Well, instead of actual concrete support, we often just toss cheap opinions at people who are struggling. This usually comes from a fixer mentality. Basically, insecure folks project their own past damage to save others. Okay, to see why fixers overstep, we really need to break down how empathy actually works in our brains. We use instinctive emotional resonance to feel and cognitive bridges to basically mentally guess what another person is experiencing. But watch out, without a self-observer, that raw resonance collapses the boundary between you and them. Once that boundary drops, empathy devolves into pure projection. You literally force your own unresolved fears onto them. And this exact projection fuels that annoying unsolicited advice, driven entirely by an unhealthy compulsion for control. Bottom line, unwanted advice isn't helpful at all. It's actually an intrusive violation of their personal boundaries. For the poor receiver, this intrusion triggers what we call a painful, shame-filled vulnerability hangover. This hangover hits hard when our deep vulnerability meets an arrow of judgment instead of a protective shield. Now keep in mind, vulnerability isn't always a winning strategy, especially in highly task-oriented workplace relationships. Counterintuitively, the data shows that high-status leaders actually lose influence when they disclose their weaknesses to peers. Why? Because it violates the confidence we expect from leaders, accidentally triggering a massive loss of status. So how do we avoid projecting or oversharing? It's simple. We have to activate the self-observer. The self-observer tracks our unconscious feelings, tempering that wild emotional resonance before it turns into destructive projection. Instead of just jumping in to fix things, the self-observer reminds us to simply ask for permission first. Asking a simple question like this ensures we add genuine value rather than just seeking validation for ourselves. As Pema Chodron so beautifully points out, true compassion requires absolute equality, not just fixing the wounded. Ultimately, empathy has to be an act of intentional awareness, holding space for complexity without rushing it. So, next time you feel compelled to help, ask yourself, are you truly attuned or just imposing your framework?